Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Episode 26 deals with concentration and attention. Dronacharya is always remembered as one of the greatest teachers. He had taught both the Pandavas and the Kauravas. After training all of them, Drona finally conducted one test. He showed a tree and a bird sitting on the tree and wanted the students to shoot that bird. That was the test. So the Kauravas came first, and when they took position to shoot, Dronacharya asked, "What are you seeing?" One said, "I'm able to see the whole background of the sky, the tree in its full form, the branches, the leaves, and the bird." He said, "Okay, you can go. You don't have to shoot." He calls the next, and he comes and tells, "I'm able to see the whole tree, the branches and the leaves, and along with it, the bird." Drona says, "You can also go back. You don't have to shoot it." He calls someone from the Pandava group too and says, "Now you shoot." "What do you see?" The same question is asked. "What are you seeing now?" And the reply was, "I'm able to see the top of the tree, the branches, the leaves, and the bird." He said, "You may go." He calls the fourth person who says, "I'm able to see the branch, the leaves, and the bird." And he finally summons Arjuna and says, "Now focus and shoot. What are you seeing?" Arjuna replied, "I'm just able to see only the bird and the place where I need to shoot it." Drona said, "Shoot." A friend goes into the bank and meets his friend who is a cashier and finds him counting notes. He taps on his back a couple of times and the friend does not respond. He keeps counting the notes. Once he has completed the whole process, he just looked up to see that his friend was actually there and he was tapping him and requested him not to mistake by explaining that this is my job. I need to count these notes correctly. If had you disturbed me and if I had broken this continuity and interacted with you, I would have lost count. And therefore, do not mistake me. Jyeshta Mahasannidhan takes these two parables to drive home the following logic. Acharyal says, whatever you do, whether it is material life or spiritual progress, concentration is a sine qua non requirement. Concentration is an indispensable requirement. And says, what are the steps which leads to concentration? The first and the basic step is one should have an interest and aptitude to do what he wants to do. Without interest and without aptitude, concentration is not bound to arise in that activity. The second stage is, once you have the aptitude and interest, Acharyal says, mind should be trained towards that activity. Before we do an activity, our mind should be conditioned. Aptitude transformed to a mind which has the liking to do that activity. Now, the third stage is application of the tool. It could be machine, it could be the body, it could be the mind. So, a trained mind with a focused attitude, if it applies into your work, then the work gets concentrated. When we come to spiritual progress, especially in the zone of meditation, Acharyal says, what should be the thought process for you to lead your mind to be focused and concentrated on meditation? Acharyal guides, the mind should start to feel restless. The mind should start feeling that we are actually inattentive. The mind should start to think that we are indeed losing focus. So, once there is a fear of the mind that we are actually straying away without meditating on God, that fear, that capture of that inattentiveness of the mind, the realization that we are indeed not concentrating, is a major step which will slowly lead one towards concentration. Therefore, follow the mind. Find out. It's not easy to concentrate overnight. It's a training. And how do you train? Keep following it. And as you follow, we will find that we are indeed wasting our time. We are indeed not focusing on what we are supposed to do. That's the first symptom. Capture it and develop thereafter to reach a focused or a concentrated form. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.